What looks like a simple vacation can quickly become a $3,000 lesson in fine print. The most dangerous part? These traps are completely invisible until it's too late to avoid them. Mistake number 7. Not understanding gratuities. That family I mentioned? Their biggest shock came at dinner on the first night when they discovered something that's automatically added to every single cruise bill. The extra cost of the automatic gratuity charges can be a shock to first-time cruisers. At some lines, these charges run as high as $25 per day. Most cruise lines now charge between $16 to $25 per person per day in automatic gratuities, which goes to your room steward, dining staff, and other service crew. For a family of 4 on a 7-day cruise, that's $448 to $700 in unexpected charges. The solution? Budget for gratuities up front or prepay them during booking. If you wait to pay for gratuities, it will be added to your bill each day, and you can settle it with a credit card at the end of your voyage. Many first-timers don't realize these aren't optional tips, but essentially mandatory service fees that significantly impact your final bill. Mistake number 6. Booking the wrong cabin category. But that gratuity surprise was nothing compared to what happened when they realized their cabin choice was going to ruin their sleep for the entire week. Here's the thing. Not all cruise cabins are created equal, and location matters more than most people realize. Choosing the wrong type of cabin is a common cruise mistake, and it can leave you feeling disappointed or uncomfortable. Interior cabins save money but can feel claustrophobic without windows. Ocean view cabins offer natural light but no fresh air. Balcony cabins provide space and ocean access but cost significantly more. The bigger mistake? Cabin location. Avoid cabins near elevators, nightclubs, or under the pool deck. Some cruisers ended up under the buffet, listening to chairs scraping above them from dawn till midnight. Choose midship on higher decks for stability and convenience. The $200 to $300 difference between a good and bad location can make or break your cruise experience entirely. Mistake number 5. Overpacking, but underpacking the essentials. Speaking of things that will keep you up at night, wait until you hear about the packing mistake that left one cruiser buying a $40 phone charger in the gift shop. First-time cruisers either pack way too much or forget crucial items. You don't need 7 pairs of shoes for a 7-day cruise, but you absolutely need power strips, medications, and formal wear for elegant dining nights. Many ships have limited outlets, so a surge protector becomes essential when you're sharing a cabin. Don't forget international adapters for European cruises, seasickness medication even if you think you don't need it, and a small first aid kit. The Cruise Medical Center charges premium prices for basic items. Mistake number 4. Not pre-booking excursions or booking the wrong ones. But here's where that family's trip really started falling apart. They waited until they were on board to book excursions, only to discover that all the good tours were sold out. If you have your heart set on a particular tour, don't assume it will have space available if you wait to book until you board your cruise ship. Popular excursions in destinations like Alaska and the Caribbean fill up 60 to 90 days before sailing. But there's another trap: expensive cruise line excursions versus independent options. Independent operators usually offer small group tours, which is ideal for those who don't want to spend the day waiting on a large tour bus full of passengers. Cruise line tours can cost 2 to 3 times more than booking independently. I once saved hundreds of dollars organizing a group to go on an overnight, independently operated excursion. However, independent tours carry risk. If you're late returning, the ship leaves without you. Research thoroughly, book early, and always have a backup plan. Mistake number 3. Ignoring specialty dining and drink packages. Now here's where the money really adds up, and most first-timers make the exact same calculation error. Cruise lines market specialty dining packages and beverage packages aggressively, but whether they're worth it depends entirely on your drinking and dining habits. The average cruise drink package costs $60 to $80 per person per day, but you need to consume 6 to 8 alcoholic drinks daily to break even. Most people overestimate their consumption. Specialty dining packages work similarly. If you're planning multiple upscale dinners, the package saves money. But many first-timers buy both without doing the math. A family of 4 can easily spend $2,000 on packages they don't fully utilize. The smarter approach: calculate your actual consumption patterns. If you drink wine with dinner and maybe 2 cocktails by the pool, skip the package and pay per drink. Do the math before being swayed by convenience marketing to avoid buyer's remorse. Mistake number 2. Poor timing and cabin selection. The mistake that cost them the most money was something they could have avoided with 10 minutes of research about cruise seasons and ship layouts. First-timers often book during peak times like summer or holidays, paying premium prices for crowded ships. Shoulder seasons like late April or early November offer better prices and weather with fewer crowds. But cabin selection destroys more vacations than bad weather ever could. One cruiser booked a high-deck balcony cabin for the views, only to regret it. He shared that the entire cruise felt like being on a roller coaster and had to take motion sickness meds the whole time. Higher decks move more in rough seas. Cabins above or below noisy venues ruin sleep. The sweet spot is decks 6 to 8, midship, away from loud areas. Guaranteed cabin categories save money but risk terrible locations. You could end up under the pool deck next to noisy cruise service areas or stuck in a far-off corner of the ship. Mistake number 1, not understanding what's actually included. But the most expensive mistake? The one that turned their all-inclusive cruise into a budget nightmare was assuming that cruise fares actually include everything you need. Here's the reality that cruise lines don't advertise clearly. Your base fare covers transportation, basic dining, and entertainment, but almost everything else costs extra. Wi-Fi runs $15 to $25 per day. Specialty restaurants charge $30 to $75 per person. Alcoholic drinks cost $12 to $18 each. Shore excursions range from $50 to $300 per person. Spa services, photos, laundry, room service, and even basic items like bottled water or coffee specialty drinks all carry charges. What started as a $500 per person cruise easily becomes $1,200 per person after all the extras. The cruise industry deliberately advertises low base fares while profiting from add-ons. Smart cruisers budget an additional $100 to $150 per person per day for onboard expenses. Read the fine print, understand what's truly included versus what costs extra, and budget accordingly for the true total cost of cruising. So there you have it, the 7 costly mistakes that trip up almost every first-time cruiser, and more importantly, how to avoid every single one. From those surprise gratuity charges to the hidden costs that can double your vacation budget, these aren't just minor inconveniences. They're expensive lessons that can ruin your entire cruise experience. The cruise industry has changed dramatically since 2020, with new policies and fees that even experienced travelers are getting caught by. But now you're armed with the knowledge to cruise smart from day one. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way when you're floating in the middle of the ocean with limited options to fix mistakes.